So this developer discussion for Genshin Impact just dropped recently, and the big thing that everyone's been talking about is the new loadout system that's finally being added to Genshin Impact. Thanks for finally showing up 5 years later after everybody's already been asking for it. But hey, you know what? Better late than never. And I was just about ready to give Genshin its W for finally implementing artifact loadouts, except apparently my favorite Welsh VTuber over here, good friend of mine, Captain Cabinets, made a video talking about how Genshin Impact somehow got worse, and this is apparently about these artifact loadouts, and apparently it's not actually what it seems. It's not what we would think it's going to be. So instead of reading through all the dev notes and having to reinstall Genshin Impact, because let's be real, I have zero intention of doing that again, I figured I'd let my favorite Welsh VTuber explain it to me. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this.
Something a little bit interesting. Ooh, Genshin Impact may have scored a W with the community, but we're going to talk about how big exactly is that W, and is that even a W at all?
Yeah, because I mean, look, artifact loadouts on the surface, I'm like, oh, that's like a positive thing. Like, why the heck would that not be like a positive? But no, apparently they did. Apparently they screwed something up. What did you screw up this time, Hoyo?
Here they are, they released this tweet. Dear Traveler, a new developer discussion is here. Starting from version 5.7, the dev team has brought new features such as the ability to save and switch between custom loadouts to fast equip artifacts. Additionally, there
I fixed it.
Some optimizations, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Today, we're really only going to be talking about the fast equipped and custom loadouts, okay? So,
I hear that Zenless Zone Zero music in the background. Clearly some taste here. Zenless Zone Zero, the only Hoyoverse game worth playing right now.
Going on. Here is what is going on. Say goodbye to tedious gear swaps.
Sounds good.
Artifact Fast Equip now supports save and switch custom loadouts. Ooh, when I hear the word custom loadout, I think to myself, the kind of custom loadout that we have on Wuthering Waves. That's what I think.
Yep.
You're able to select all your artifacts and save them as a preset, and then be able to equip them onto your character. Very customizable, completely customizable as you so wish.
Yeah, because you need them for certain team compositions. Like, not everyone is going to be using artifact loadouts or echo loadouts in certain cases, and not even every character needs them. Like, if we're being honest here, like, there's some characters that just you can have a DPS set, have that set on that character, and you never need to swap it again. But there are characters like Peeb, for example, where you can use her as a main DPS, or you can set her up for stacking Spectral Frazzle for Zanny, for example. And depending on which team comp you have her in or how you're using her, you're going to want a slightly different echo set to really like optimize her damage, which matters when you're going into like Tower of Adversity or going into some of the hologram towers. So in those cases, when you like to flip back and forth, depending on how you want to use the character, artifact loadouts save you a ton of time, helps you not accidentally consume them into other characters that you're leveling, and it's just overall helps with like efficiency. So it's definitely like a sweaty player function, but it's definitely one that's needed in that for sure. And this is something that people have been asking for Genshin for the longest time, but like apparently this isn't the case.
I would expect something like that to be in the game, but this is talking about specifically for fast equip. Okay, these are fast equip custom loadouts.
Isn't fast equip the stupid system that just like helped you like auto gear units? I guess it's not stupid, like it's helpful for casual players, but it was just like that auto equipping system to make it a little bit easier. Which
is something a little bit different that I will be showing you. Have you ever been flustered mid-adventure from constantly switching artifacts? Starting from version 5.7, head to character artifacts and tap fast equip to create up to 2 custom loadouts per character, making gear management flexible and hassle-free. How do I set it up? So this shows you how to go through it, and then you're able to basically make sets. It's already in the game, okay?
So hold on. So like it looks like you can make the sets in there though. So like what's the major problem?
Fast equip already exists. The only thing that is changing is that they are giving basically loadout slots for fast equipped. That's what's happening. This is not custom loadouts like you would expect from Wuthering Waves. This is presets for fast equip. The way that it works, you go to fast equip and then you can go to, for example, quick configuration or custom configuration. And you can kind of select things that you want. What you want your main affixes to be. You want elemental mastery for Tainari, some Dendro up in there. Like you got your crit damage, and then set type. You're gonna want, like they say, like Deepwood Memories, for example. That's the set that I want. and I want it to prioritize all these things, priority minor things. Let's go for, say, I don't know, let's go for some crit rate in there. Let's go for the crit rate. Let's go for some attack percentages and some energy recharge. Okay, let's go for all these things and sort by all. So this will sort for artifacts that are equipped by other characters and things that are in the inventory. Okay,
if you've already got the artifacts on the character, why can't you just like save that? Why do you have to go through this whole system to like filter stuff down? Like, you have to rebuild the set from scratch?
This is what fast equipped is. You are able to select the affixes that you want and it will generate a set for you. Okay, so I can now click generate and it will make me a set. It will take things from other characters and it will generate a set for me that I can then equip. It doesn't allow me to make the set myself.
What? Why? Hoyoverse! This makes... Why? Leave it to Hoyoverse to take like a super simple system, a super simple application of allowing you to save the artifacts that are on your character. And they're like, no, hold on. Let's make it as complicated as possible. And you actually have to like generate it through this auto system. And then you can generate it through here and then you can save those sets. Seriously? That's crazy. How does this get even worse?
It will generate it for you, so you can check alternatives. And you know, you can switch things out. Okay, you could switch things out. Like say, I don't know.
So you have to auto generate the set, and then you can go into this list and actually pick the ones that you actually want. That's so funny to me. Gosh, it's so hot. I'm so hot right now. Frick this. It's not even summer yet, and I'm already sweltering.
For whatever reason, I want to use this. I could switch this out. You know, you could go in and switch things out, but it is basically fast equipped, right? And you can configure however you would like from this. You could equip them.
That seems like super
I'm so sorry,
tedious and
Venarian, for ruining multiple characters with this real quick.
That's so bad.
You could fast equip them, and the update in 5.7 basically allows you to save these to 2 loadouts per character. Okay, that's really what this is. It's. I
mean, like, I always find it weird. Like they throw in like these like artificial barriers of like, well, you can only do 2 loadouts. It's like, well, why? Why can we only do 2? Can we do more than 1? Can we do more than 2? But although, without annoying this set looks and this function works, I bet people aren't going to be wanting to build more than 2 anyway.
It's a kind of a roundabout way from making presets. I mean, I don't know why they just don't have an option for you to be like, oh, here's your artifacts. Okay,
how do you fumble that hard?
And it's one button. But instead, you could fast equipped, and then it just seems a very roundabout way.
Yeah.
It just seems a very roundabout way of fast equipping, doing this custom configuration, then having to select them anyway.
Yeah.
Generating something, you're like, oh, I don't know. Then having to go through your artifacts and select the ones that you want anyway. And then saving them as a preset, rather than just being like, hey, why could I just directly have a preset for what I already have on my character? You know?
This is so bad. Like, literally, it would have been so much easier from like a development standpoint to just like timestamp like the artifacts already equipped. Like, you've already got what artifacts are equipped to a character, which means they're already tracking artifact ID numbers. Like, look, okay, we're getting into like coding here for a second. Each of these artifacts is going to have like its own like database, like ID number for how it's tracked. That's how you keep it constantly linked to a character and like part of their kit, which means each of these artifacts already have like an ID number or something in the database and how it's being tracked. So you could literally take like a screenshot of like the table of where the artifacts are equipped on this character and you're pulling those stats from, and then you would just save that to like another database table of like those artifacts and being like it's literally like a timestamp. Like, that's way easier than like, well, actually you need to go through this whole filtering process. You need to auto equip, and then you can go through and you can swap a couple of them around, when it's like, you could have even kept the same UI in terms of like how you select each of the sets. Like, you could only even if you limited it to 2. Why would they add so much extra development to a function that does not need this? That's so dumb.
It just seems like a very roundabout way. A roundabout is easier than the Genshin auto artifact. Exactly. Like, a lot of people
like auto makes sense for like the 12-year-olds that play this game and they're like, I don't know what artifacts artifacts I want to equip. I don't know what substats are the best. I don't know what to do. I just want to just click it and attach them for me. I get it. There's a lot of children who play this game who don't care about the substats, that don't care about the overall build of the character. They just want to see the thumbs up, pick the artifacts that are recommended for the character, and call it a day. I get it. I do that too. I even do that in WoW from time to time. So like, I'm not gonna like totally harp on that. But like, the whole point of this and implementing an artifact system, a loadout system, is for the sweaty players. Like, that's why you do loadout systems. It's for the hardcore players who want to be switching. Why would you make it so much more difficult or pandering so much to like the casuals when this is a hardcore system? It makes zero sense.
Already have gone through the trouble of putting artifacts on their characters. Just give us a button to make it a preset. That's it. Just give us a button to make it preset. There's no reason
like a
for us
preset
to have
button.
to
It's
go
just a
through
button.
fast equip, go through custom configurations, make
That's
something,
crazy.
and then have to individually choose again what I want on my character. Which, by the way, there's no way to filter and sort.
Oh
You
my
just have to like
gosh.
click through everything and be like, no, this is the one that I want. I click that. There's no like filtering system or anything.
It seems like it's just like auto sorted to like most of the equipments are at like the top here. Like there's no additional filtering when you go into manually select. Oh, how can a company that wants to just add optimizations make it in the most suboptimal way? It makes zero sense. $1 billion company, by the way. $1 billion company.
Anything to actually click the things that you want. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to do it like this. There's zero filtering system, zero way to be able to select the things that you want in a more organized way. You just have to click through everything.
That's so terrible.
Until you find what you need. It makes no sense. So you can change in a very more difficult roundabout
So
way,
horrible.
equip them, and with the 5.7 update, you could have 2 slots per character now. They will actually give you 2 different slots that you can now switch to. Okay, that is what's happening. So you could do that for 2 characters. I just don't understand why they
Wait, but it's per character, which means you're gonna have to rebuild it for every character. So you can't even just have like, oh, hey, here's my Dendro DPS set, and I'm gonna swap that around between characters. You would have to go in and you'd have to manually rebuild it every single time on every single character. Why? Hoyo, why? Okay, I've seen enough. I don't even need to see more at this point. If you want to see all the full details, you can go and check out Cap's full video on that. But I think I've got the point here. It's so baffling to me. I still play Zenless Zone Zero because I see the optimizations, I see the work that they're putting in there, and I'm legitimately excited for the next update. But it's so shocking that a company that makes so much money, that has such a simple concept of a system, that you have so much of the foundation already done to do, can just fumble the bag this hard. I legitimately, I have no idea how they continue to do this. Well done. You finally almost had a W, Genshin. Almost had a W. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.